So this flock was fun. Well, it's a rainy day, but it is the first official day that we start on what I am now referring to as the mini flock. We're preparing for a mini flock. We're going to have about 300 red Novagen layers coming this round. And so day one, getting the brooder set up. We still got about 3 weeks before our birds get here, so we got plenty of time to get ready. So we just brought in our mini brooder. So it's the brooder, which is for day 1 through about day 8 or 9. And we did 2 last time around each gas heater. But we had 1,000 birds then. It was 500 each. So we're just going to set up 1. It'll be for 300. 1 should do it. We have our gas heater still. We have our heat lamp still. So we should be good with just this 1 little one. Gas heater works. Just in case. We normally don't need it, but just in case. So we're putting together the brooder inside the brooder for our day 1 through 9 here. Sure, some people are probably wondering about this vegetation in here. Probably worried about snakes or whatnot. We're not. We're brooding in the winter time. And so we're not really worried about snakes in here. And what we like is that once we let them out of here, out of this baby brooder, they will begin to kind of forage and graze through this. So we like it. By the end of brooding, none of this vegetation will be here. It'll all be gone. All right, our first 9-day brooder is in. It's the brooder within the brooder, or in the big brooder. If you're curious of how we built this big one, go check out my very first raising 1,000 chickens on pasture video, and it shows us building this big brooder. But it's set up, again, nothing special. We're reusing our mini brooder. We just threw some fresh shavings in here, got 4 waterers. We'll have 2 feeders, plenty of heat, and we'll be ready for birds. After raising 1,000 chickens for our egg laying operations to put solely on pasture, we knew that we would have to bring in replacement laying hens. And so that is what this flock was for. Here they are. He's got the guineas. Let's see them.
See the guineas.
Ooh, I see them.
Can I see one?
What do we got?
I don't like birds.
This is why we dip their beaks in the water, because then they immediately find it. These are guinea keats, little baby guineas.
Time to get these chickens in. Oh my God!
I know, I feel like they're gonna hurt each other. They're thirsty, Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
And they're hungry.
They had a long journey. They came all the way from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
This flock we chose to go all with Novagen laying hens. We also added in a few guineas to basically have some fun. All right, day 2, looking good. We got 1 little one on the struggle bus. Got her under a heat lamp, and we'll see how she does, but everybody else is looking good, active. Ate lots, they drank lots, so we're happy with them. These things are foraging machines. They're 2 days old, and you could see them. They are doing some serious foraging. Now, it may just be because it was the newest flock, but this flock felt like we had a lot more bad weather as we went through it. We went through a couple of different very cold situations, one pretty intense freeze. It's currently about 44 degrees outside, and you can see, you know, we got a little huddling, but You do have birds spread out, which is a great sign. That means you definitely have it warm enough here in the brooder. Day 3. This is why it's so important to not just have a heat source, a backup heat source, and an extreme heat source. Coldest day of the year for us, more than likely. Chances are we won't get any colder than today this year. And they're not like huddled tight together. You know, they're not trampling each other. They're comfortable. You can tell they're vocal. They're eating, they're drinking. This is why heat sources are so important for the brooder. The guineas quickly showed us that they were full of personality and would give us lots of laughs. The guineas are starting to make their noise. The guineas are real sneaky. The guineas travel in a flock. It's the funniest thing. Well, today, I hear y'all out there. Everybody's looking good. Wait a second. It's time to let them out of the little brooder. All right, it's breakaway day. We're gonna open up the brooder, the mini brooder, and let them out in the big brooder. They're starting to jump up on the sides. So it's time. Where'd you come from, little one? All right, little ones, be free. Like they won't go across the barrier. This is why we like to let that grass stay in here and grow up. So get in here and get them a nice little snack. So it appears that we now have 2 clans. We have the chicken clan and we have the guinea clan. They've completely separated themselves. Why did they do that?
I don't know.
So if you notice, we have 1-week-old chicks that are acting like chickens, right? They're foraging, they're in the grass. This is why we leave the grass in the bigger part of the brooder. They will not have to learn how to forage in the pasture. They know how to do it. They're still enjoying it, the nice grass. We've lost a few birds so far. You know, it's part of it, unfortunately. Sometimes there's an explanation for it. Sometimes there's not. I would say we're at like that 1% to 2% range right now. We shouldn't do any more. Once they get to that 7-day mark, which is where we're at, we usually are at 0% mortality after that. Like I said, it's part of it. It's a part none of us like, but it is part of it. So the feeders are all empty when I got here this morning, right? So I fill them up, and I guess they're more interested in foraging because none of them are even paying attention to the fact that I just filled their feeders up, which is exactly what we want to see. We got a whole crew helping today. It's a little chilly at night, but it is hot in the day just because of this plastic. So we open up these vent windows, but they're just loving it. Happy as can be. You can see they're starting to pat down a lot of this vegetation, which is exactly what we want them to do. That means they're enjoying it. Trying to teach them how to use this hanging bucket. It's been here for a day and they haven't, and so we pulled all feeders but one of them, or all waterers but one of them, and now that one's sitting there. And I'm hoping that they notice it. We'll go over there and press it too so it'll drip some water. Come on, little guys. It's right there. Y'all can do it. I believe in you. There it is. He did it. I think that was the first one. And he says, what? Oh, he did it. Look at him. He's so proud of himself. They figured it out. Well, they're going out to the yard. Looks like they already got him a little path cleared. So our little burrowing holes are getting like deeper and deeper. I think it's the funniest thing ever. And you'll come in and they'll just be like this one was just in there. Look at the guineas. They're really starting to look like guineas now. It's been rather cold the last couple of days. It's officially 2024 though. And you can see, get some size on us now. They're eating a lot, they're drinking a lot. They're really loving going outside. It's been a good brood. Good morning, ladies. Everybody's starting to get all their feathers. I would really appreciate it if you didn't go out that open door. That would be great. Thank you. They're really starting to enjoy this back grazing area that we have in the brooder. The guineas are real sneaky. So we have the first like actual cold event that is going to happen in a couple of days that this flock will experience. It will probably, they're saying it might get into the teens one night, maybe for a couple hours. That's pretty abnormal for us. We don't normally have weather like that. But we've elected we want to create really hard birds for going out on pasture. And so these birds are about 5 weeks old now, almost 6 weeks old. And so they have all of their feathers. They're going to be inside of the brooder. And so they'll have their heat lamps on, but we've elected to not turn on the gas heaters as we go into this cold event. You know, it's time to stop babying them and really condition them into being tough out in inclement weather like this. So if y'all remember in the last batch we did of 1,000 chicks, we built these roosts for them. And this new flock is really enjoying them as well. We put these little ramps up. I just love watching them. Little snack for the chicks, and it provides a little entertainment as well. Cabbage on a stick. Well, they like the cabbage. It's about 33 degrees outside and they are not worried about nothing. They're not bunched up. They're doing good. As we're making our way around the farm, you realize how much more comfortable the animals are in the cold than we are. They're built for this. Hello, ladies. Everybody looks good and warm. We just got back from the American Pastured Poultry Producers Association conference, and we're excited, we're motivated. Anytime you go to one of these trainings and you get back, you're just super pumped for, different things to do, new improvements to make, things to try, for the betterment of the bird and the betterment of your business. And so we're pumped, we're excited. Just a wet, nasty day, but they saw me coming. They're doing some nice roosting this morning. The way these guineas, just like their physical form has changed. Like, the guineas look completely different from every other stage in their life, and every stage looked different. I don't know, it's just so crazy to me. Now, with this point last round, we definitely had a lot of pecking and cannibalism going on. We are not seeing that in this round. Now, since that, we've changed feeds, and this is a different breed. These are Novagens rather than the Red Stars last time. And so I'm gonna guess that it has more to do with diet, right? Oftentimes that cannibalism will manifest due to some sort of dietary problem. And so my guess is that's what we had. But nonetheless, flock looks good tonight. It's been raining for the last couple of days. But we're keeping all the windows and the back door open now. All drastic cold weather is behind us, hopefully, knock on wood. And they can just enjoy their last month in here. They only have really not even a full month. They only have a couple more weeks. We're gonna drag an old strawberry picking trailer down here from the field in the next couple of days and start working on it. That's gonna be their egg wagon. Looks good, moving along. Now, the trailer we used for this flock was an old strawberry packing trailer we would use whenever we were packing strawberries in the field. You could see it behind me in its finished state.
All right, so this was our old, what we call strawberry packing trailer. When we grew so many strawberries, we would take this in the field, and we had a bottom in it, of course, and the guys would set the strawberries here in containers, and the girls would field pack them right in here. So this is what it was for 25 years. And we're just going to convert it into our another chicken tractor dash egg house or whatever, and a mobile coop, and we'll be running it across the field.
Why are you standing in your feeder? The birds are getting big. And look at the size of those guineas. They're still enjoying fresh produce every day. Only about 1 month until they head out to pasture. We're about a week or two out from deploying on pasture. We're gonna make sure we got 10 days of good weather. When we deploy them, we like to make sure that they're gonna have a really good experience those first couple days. And so we're gonna look for 10 days of clear weather, and out we go. They're still enjoying the cabbage. The guineas travel in a flock. It's the funniest thing. And their sound is hilarious. So in the pasture, there are birds who really like to stay close to the egg wagon and birds who really like to be out grazing. And that's actually why when you get a real dozen of pasture-raised eggs, this is one way you can tell if it's a true dozen of pasture-raised eggs, is when you crack open all the eggs, all the yolks should be just a little bit different shades. Unless, of course, the farmer is putting like red pepper flakes or something in their feed that'll just turn them all dark orange. But if they're not receiving some sort of supplement like that, all of the different yolks should be different colors. And that represents the birds who like to stay close and eat mostly feed, the birds who like to be out on the pasture and mostly graze. But we see that here too. We see birds who really, really enjoy being out, and then birds who really just feel comfortable being in the brooder. They all have their own little personalities. This yard got hit so hard by the freeze. This vegetation would have been of higher quality for a lot longer period. But we're continuing to supplement produce in here. We only got about 7 more days, and then we're going out on pasture. We got a little rain event this weekend. We would like 10 solid days of really nice weather, just to kind of get them acclimated to being out on the egg wagon. Yeah, just 1 more week and they'll be out on pasture. Guineas are doing good too, they're back there. They're so noisy. Well, today, I hear y'all out there. Today is the big day. It's move day. A little bit longer, maybe about 4 days, 5 days longer than we would have normally kept them in the brooder. But just because of bad weather, we want them to go. I hear y'all out there, those guineas. We really like them to go out on really beautiful, comfortable weather. No rain, right? Sunshine. And so today's the perfect day. We have about 9 days of clear weather. So it's good. They're gonna go out today. Now, we learned a lot when transporting the last flock of chickens from the brooder out to the pasture. And so this time we did it a little bit different. We did it with as few people as possible and made it very, very calm. Now, I didn't get any footage of that because I was one of the people catching the chickens. But essentially we set up a chute type system and we rounded all of them up into that specific little corral, and then the corral was made up of the transferred cages, and so we were able to just very calmly load them into the cages. It made it super easy. All right, we got them loaded in the crates. I didn't film that part, but just know there's lots of feathers and flying around, right, Nick? Headed to the chicken farm now. All right, see, we got our feed bin. It's chained to the egg wagon. And then all we need is chickens. Oh, hey, look, here come our chickens. Let's do this thing. Now, this is actually the same size as our bigger flock. And so what we're gonna do is when we move the bigger flock, we're only gonna move this one every other move. So they're gonna stay in this area for about a week versus the other one that spends about 3 days in there. Just because it's the same size, right? With only a quarter of the birds. First, we're gonna fill the feeders. We'll just fill it from the roof here, and then this will close. Here they go. They like to open the crates and then just let them, go on out. You'll see, they just kind of crawl out of there. Well, they like it. They like it a lot. They're all out grazing. They've been out here for about, I guess, about 3 hours. They look good. Very foggy first morning, but they're good. You can tell they're starting to, it looks like they're just getting out from roosting, and they're starting to creep out and do a little grazing, a little foraging. The geese are mean, and that's the point. And so we actually raised these 3 geese with another flock, but when it was time to deploy the other flock, they were still young. And so we ended up waiting, and they're gonna go out with these guys. But they're real jerks, which is exactly what you want in a guard goose. We are on day 3. Everybody's happy. No injuries in the field, so that's good. Oh, they're so funny. It's a little warm today, so they're enjoying the shade. Everybody was out this morning, gaggling around. These ladies are just loving pasture. And the guineas are doing good. They're loud as ever. We did change their waters to bell waters. These finally came in, and they're just so much better. They stay cleaner. They keep a constant source of just fresh, cool water. And of course, the geese. The geese are doing good. They like, this little valve is dripping, so they really like the drip. We're gonna go ahead and install the nest boxes here in the next couple of days. Y'all are so loud. The guineas have gotten so big and so loud. Our goal was to get them laying by this summer. You can hear the guineas. So our goal was to get them laying by this summer. And then as we go into the fall, we would start selling off our 1,000 laying hen flock. And these 300 would basically pick up the weight. Let's build some best nest boxes. It's really cool because they come packaged just like everything you need right here. You slide essentially what is the roof of the nest box off, and everything you need is inside here. So this is the rail that allows the egg to fall and roll out, but not allow like anything else to get in and out. Your sidewalls, your perch, your curtains, and your hardware pack. So even though I've built, I guess 40 of these so far, I still use the directions every time because all it takes is putting one thing on wrong or using the wrong bolt somewhere. And the directions are really good. They're really clear, they're really concise. It's step by step. And it just makes it easy. Now, there's several ways to set these up, and we are going to be setting this one up as a rear rollout. So the chickens are going to enter from this side, and you're going to get the eggs from that side. Our other egg wagon is set up the opposite. It's a front rollout, so the egg rollout and where the chickens enter on the same side. Directions are very clear about how to set it up for each way. All right, sidewalls are on. This little rail that allows the egg to roll down. All right, it is done. That's where the eggs will be. Now it's time to go hang them. You know, this is such a consistent looking flock, besides those 3. And those. But look at all their white tails. those tail feathers. This just really occurred pretty dramatically as they mature. Such a pretty flock, though. Nest boxes will go in this week. We're excited. Well, would you look at that? Let's install some nest boxes. So now that we're on our second flock of laying hens, we've done multiple iterations of broilers for meat. I'm learning several things. The first and foremost is that what we get to do is a blessing. We get to do what we love, and we get to do it with the people we love, with our family every day. And I just couldn't ask for anything better.
That's us, you're farmers.
We're hanging nest boxes. Uncle Alfred's got a crawl in here.
Count to 3 and I'm gonna run and bring them in.
3, 2, 1, go. We're also showing ourselves time and time again that raising chickens out on pasture is so good for the ground. You can see just the beautiful pasture that they're in right now, just constant fresh grass. The grass has gotten so intense out here at the chicken farm that we're even considering bringing in some sort of ruminant to help better manage it. That way we're not constantly having to mow it. If y'all have any suggestions on what those ruminants should be, make sure to leave a comment, whether it be goats, sheep, cattle, let us know. Remember, by no means are we trying to tell you how you should do things. We are simply showing all of you watching how we did it. We absolutely love raising chickens on pasture, and we plan to do it for a long time to come. We have many, many, many more flocks that we will be doing, one a year. And so I thank each and every one of you for watching this video and watching the last 7 months leading up to these beautiful chickens laying eggs, and guineas and geese. If you like this style of video, please leave a comment and let us know. And if you want to see more like this, let us know. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see y'all next time.